Pub Sports Radio is very excited to announce the dates for Pubapalooza 4. The most exciting weekend of the gambling year. Round 1 of March Madness. It's all going down in San Antonio, Texas at the Southtown 101, Thursday the 20th till Sunday the 23rd. It's going down, baby.
Scheduled events every day that weekend. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's all going down in Southtown 101. Come hang out with some of your favorite Pub Sports Radio personalities.
Oof, I can't wait. Meet us in Texas, baby. It's going down. What up, cappers, gamblers, punters, hustlers, low baggers? Happy Sunday, December 22nd to all of you. Thank you for watching NFL Pub Hub right here on Pub Sports Radio. Man, do we have a packed, incredible show for you guys. LJ from H-Town hitting leadoff. Ramon Scott, Marley Betts, Ron Crawford, Justin McKelvie, Sweaty Butcher, Rod Zaki, and Guns Picks making his season debut here. We have our top 4 performers on NFL Pub-Up all lined up to rock for you guys. That's out of 33 cappers. Coming to you live and direct from Los Angeles, California. Feels nice. It feels nice to be out west, man, where I belong. I can't wait to attack this card. I fired away. I absolutely fired away at this week's card. It's the most action I've had in a week of NFL for as long as I can remember. 5 bets have gone through already. We're 5 bets in. I'm 3-2 with 15 bets left. And a lot of them make me nervous. But this is the life we chose and the life that brings us great joy and excitement. Thank you guys for joining us. We got a great group. Tori Coker, NJ Striker, The Truth Teller, Old E, Michael Nelson, Justin McKelvie is going to be rocking with us. Wine Time Sports, Kenwood, Lil Domo. Shout out to Lil Domo and the fam and Chill Will. Bo Jackson, Old E, Big O, Clint McLean. He is 5th in NFL Pub Hub this year out of 33 cappers. He's been amazing. Kenwood, Penny Bombs in the house. We got overtime. 66 Slammy. The fix is in. Lil Domo says, how's the weather? I mean, it's nice, but it was real nice the day before I came. It's just going to get colder as I'm here, but still, in comparison to what it is up north, it's phenomenal. And those California cappers watching right now, meet us at Santa Anita next Saturday, December 28th. We're doing it up at the Great Race Place in Santa Anita. Great to see all you guys. Moneyball in the house. Penny Bombs dropping all of his action. So quick review for me. I got things off to a poor start. It wasn't as bad as it looked. I did lose badly on the under and live bet it 3 times on Thursday night. The live bets don't count for my record. But then I did have the Chargers plus 6.5, which took a little bit of the pain away live. And then I didn't send in my Pops' action on the Broncos. So that was $300 in my pocket, but that doesn't count for my record. So I started out 0-1. But then I got rolling big time. I had the Chiefs double result. Plus 105. I had the Chiefs -3 at -117, but I messed it up with the Houston, Kansas City under 43. Then I cashed with the Ravens double result, puts me 3-2. And I also have a Ravens-Eagles moneyline parlay at plus 115 that is completely in business. I have Eagles -3, Colts -3, Colts double. I bet the Giants, Atlanta Falcons under 40.5 on Tuesday. It was a mistake to bet it so early. Drew Lock announced his quarterback, this total climbed. And I said, I bet it again. I bet it again at 43. I'm not going out like that. I'm not going to go out like a sucker. I think my angle's right, so I bet it again. Minnesota, Seattle under 42.5. That total started going against me. We came back. Tampa Bay, Dallas over 48. I feel like I'm walking into a cave, and there's a guy smoking rock in the corner with a blade out. This total, I wanted it to be rising. It's not. New Orleans, Green Bay, under 42. And then yesterday were the spots that I'd been sitting on for days that I wanted to add. And, of course, some of them are nerve-wracking. You're going to hear a lot of people on the other side of my Bears action. I'm on the Bears +7. I'm on Detroit, Chicago under 47.5. Bengals -8.5. Raiders -2.5. Buffalo, New England over 46.5. And then Jonathan Taylor, anytime touchdown. I came close to taking his yards prop. It was climbing really quickly, 87.5 rushing. And then it was 98.5 receiving. He hasn't caught for more than 8 yards in like 5 weeks. I decided to let those go and just take the touchdown, which he hasn't scored in 6 games. But we remember exactly what happened last week when he dropped the ball, a millisecond before crossing the touchdown line. So that is my action. Smoke and mirrors in the house. Jake Burns says NHL is so easy on Saturdays. It was pretty nice, Jake, but I screwed everything up on Friday, so I needed that money. Ken Mizrahi, Flea Mathis, Big Mastro in the house, Jose Sierra, Barbarito. Great to see all of you guys. Hope you have a great start to your holidays. Now let's get the money. Let's get that money. We start with a bang. Our first guest hitting a leadoff for us is ranked 3rd out of 33 cappers on this show, 48 and 44 plus 2.93 units. He came on last week at a tough week 14, and he bounced back, and he wanted on the show. I love that. I knew he was going to have a winning week when he's like, I got to get on that show. We put him on. He went 9 and 4 plus 5.74 units last week. And you know what we do on this show? If you come on here and you put money in our pockets, we bring you right back. Please welcome from Houston, Texas, a star on our channel, whether it be basketball, football, or hockey. He's a great hockey capper as well. Please welcome our guy, LJ from H-Town. LJ, what's good, man? How are you?
I'm doing good, Jimmy. Happy Sunday morning football to you. As you know, I had to come back on this show because I want to give on my plays. I want to stay in the top standing. So let's get to work, Jimmy.
Let's get to work. Shout out to Super True Story. There's certain cappers that you that sort of capture your imagination. Super True Story. When we've come together on certain favorites in college football, it's been smash and grabs. Favorites after a loss, playing against the cupcake. Super True Story. Shout out. Great to see you. All right, let's get to work. We got Lamont Williams in the house, Moneyball, Ron McMahon, Donut Silks, Kong's Clips. Everybody ready to rock. So let's attack this board. I fear what I'm going to hear from a lot of the cappers on today's show, but it's been a good football season, and I'm going to trust my cap. And I fear what I'm going to hear from the cappers today on the Detroit Lions, 12-2, 6-0 on the road at the Chicago Bears, 4-10, 4-3 at home. We're at Soldier Field in Chicago, Illinois. 30 Fahrenheit, mostly cloudy, 9-mile-per-hour winds. For the Bears, Ryan Bates still out with the concussion, but Braxton Jones with the concussion and Tevin Jenkins, 2 important pieces of the offensive line, are expected to be back. Gervon Dexter, an important part of the defensive line, is also expected to be back. For the Lions, Montgomery's now going to be on the injury report for the rest of the season because he didn't take the surgery, trying to make it back in time for the playoffs. The Detroit Lions have 21 players on their IR right now. It's just, it's incredible how they've handled it. I have not hedged, by the way, my plus 130 on the Lions to win the division, and I've thought about it constantly, but I have not hedged. Let's get into the line history for the first spot on the board for our guy, LJ from H-Town. We have the Detroit Lions right now at -6.5 at -113. Now, I waited because I thought this would go down to a legit 7 for the Bears. It didn't. I got the +7 at -113. This has moved 7 cents towards the Detroit Lions. We have a 7-cent move at the 6.5, 7-cent move, not very much. And then we have a total now at 47. This opened up at 48.5. It's been at 47 since before our show on Tuesday. You'll see a lot of 47.5s on the board. When we get to the cash flow for the Lions Bears spot, 85% of the tickets and 85% of the cash on the Lions. We have a lot of cappers on the show on the Lions. 66% of the tickets and 70% cash on the over. I'm going against both of those spots. LJ from H-Town hitting leadoff, ranked 3rd out of 33 cappers on the show. Take it away, my man.
Yes, sir, Jimmy. I am one of those cappers that is on the Detroit Lions today. Heavy. We're going to take them early and often, Jimmy. Detroit has been one of the best teams last couple of years, coming off a loss against the spread. I mean, you just cannot deny 9-0 against the spread off a loss their last 9. And not to mention they're in their division, which they are 12-4 against the spread on the road versus the division 5-0 against the spread in the first half in the first division last year. So, Jimmy, we're going to start it off early as well. Second quarter, Jimmy, I'm taking the Lions. They're 12-2 against the spread, averaging 14 points, 15 out of their last 19 games. They've hit the spread in the second quarter. So I believe they start off pretty, slow in the first quarter. Bears come out with a lot of energy, maybe even take the lead in the first quarter. But I see Detroit handling them the rest of the game. So I'm definitely going to be on the first half as well, Jimmy. I think it's a -4. Number one scoring team in the first half in the NFL is the Detroit Lions, averaging 18 points and 16 out of their last 21 games against the spread in the first half they've covered. So I'm going to stay away from the full game because, hey, the Bears may show some light and cover that full game spread, Jimmy, but I want to get the money early. I can see a major coaching disadvantage, and this is going to be a theme of the games that I picked for you today because I believe in Campbell more than I can believe in an intern coach that just took the job a couple weeks ago. So not to mention they're on an 8-game losing streak. So I don't see the Bears doing anything different that they've been doing. Caleb Williams is the most sacked quarterback in the league, 58 times. They've allowed 30-plus points 3 out of the last 4. And they've allowed over 100 yards rushing in 8 straight games. So I see Jahmyr Gibbs having a good game as well. But I'm going to take a prop for St. Brown, Jimmy. Touchdown plus the win, plus 147. 8 out of his last 9 games on the road versus the NFC, he scored a touchdown. And I believe he's going to be a major part of the offense today. And if the Detroit Lions are going to put up points that I think they will, St. Brown is going to contribute to these points, Jimmy. So those are my plays going into this game. Detroit second quarter, Detroit first half, Amon St. Brown touchdown plus the win.
And what did you get here? And I will line shop as well. What did you get for the Lions second quarter?
I have that at -2.5.
Okay, let's grab that -2.5. And what was the VIG?
-120.
-120. First half, we can get you the Detroit. It's a tricky spot first half. The 3.5 -118, the 4 -106. What would you like?
I take the 106. I'll take the 4.
-4 at -106. I get it. I completely get it. You're going to hear a lot of angles on the Detroit Lions today. I'm unbelievably impressed that they've been able to handle the injuries. Mm-hmm. They handle the injuries. You take them out of the, their indoor comfy stadium. They've handled that. They've handled everything. Yeah. And this is the Bears Super Bowl today. I think the Bears can keep this a close game, but I can completely understand your action, and we can both cash here on this one. We have a special guest here in the chat now, number 1 in the NFL Cappers contest, our guy, Nanya. Nanya Business. Nanya now first place in the Pub Sports Radio Cappers contest. Shout out to our guy, Nanya, man. Good guy.
Sir.
Nanya getting that cash. We move on. Next up, 1 p.m. Eastern. LA Rams 8-6, 4-3 on the road. The New York Jets 4-10, 2-4 at home. We're at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. It's cold. 21 Fahrenheit, clear, 7 miles per hour winds. Rams are as healthy as they've been all year. For the Jets, Michael Carter is out, and they have a bunch of players listed as questionable. All are expected to play, but Quinnen Williams is a concern. Game time decision for Quinnen Williams. May not play for this. I came very close all week to moving on the Jets, and I just can't do it. I just can't do it. I came very close all week to betting the under. And look, I bet all my leans pretty much, except for these two. I just couldn't do it. Let's get into the line history here for the next spot on the board for LJ. This total is at 47. It's at 47. It opened up at 47. It dropped down to 46 for a while. It's back at 47. So at this point, we've had not 1 cent of movement here on the total. On the point spread for this one, we have a 3, which is what we've had all week. Juice to the Jets, which is what it's been all week. This opened up +3 at -117 for the Jets. Now it's +3 at -110. So a little bit of movement back towards the LA Rams. When we get to the cash flow for this spot, we have 24% of the tickets and 26% of the cash on the Jets. It feels like a sharp side, but I just can't do it. 64% of tickets, 84% of cash on the over. I kind of like the under. I want to challenge the Rams in this freezing cold weather, but I can't trust the heart of the Jets. Take it away for us, LJ. Rams, Jets.
Yeah, Jimmy, I agree. Can't trust the Jets, especially in this situation as well. The Rams been playing some good ball, and they have a great record going back to their 16 games in the month of December, 14-2 against the spread. So this is when they play their best ball, man, going into the playoffs. And the fact that the NFC is on the road versus the AFC at home is a major disadvantage this year. 18-9-3, Jimmy, against the spread. And I just believe the Rams are going to continue that trend. And they have a major coaching disadvantage as well. Like I mentioned, Sean McVay versus a coach that had to be put into place because they fired the main coach. So he wasn't probably expected to be a coach this year. So I just see all that as a major disadvantage for the Jets. Not to mention, you put Aaron Rodgers back into his element of at home, and the Jets, like you said, it's going to be cold. Who's to say he's going to respond at his old age? You know, I think he was responding better to warmer weather when he was down there in Florida, but now he's coming back home to an uncomfortable environment, in my opinion. And the Rams are better than the Jets right now. So I believe that they're not going to be able to put up enough fight. They're not going to have enough possessions in the game to keep up with the Rams. And even if they jump on the Rams early, the fact that the Rams are 5 out of the last 7 against the spread in the second half on the road, I believe that they could come back in the second half and overtake them and take the lead and win the game. Not to mention the Jets are 5-17-1 against the spread versus the NFC since 2020, 3-10 straight up versus the NFC at home. So all those things play into the Rams winning this game. And road favorites, Jimmy, 42-22-1 against the spread since week 5. They've won 7 out of their last games in that situation as well. Detroit is a road favorite today. The Rams are a road favorite. I'm going to trust them to win this game. They're 7-2 since their bye, and I believe they continue that streak going into the week when they have to go into the division and possibly win and get into the playoffs. So Rams -3.
Rams -3. I'm going to line shop, but it'll be a no vig situation. LJ on the LA Rams here at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Let's roll on to 4:05 p.m. Eastern afternoon action for LJ. Minnesota Vikings 12-2, 5-1 on the road. Seattle Seahawks 8-6, 3-5 at home. Lumen Field in Seattle, Washington. 49 Fahrenheit, light rain, 12-mile-per-hour winds. Showers come later into the game. Light rain is listed at first. For the Vikings, Fabian Moreau is out. He's being replacing Stephon Gilmore. CJ Ham, a fullback, ankle injury, and Harrison Smith, their safety, are both questionable but expected to play. The Seahawks are healthier. They've been in some time, but Kayvon Wallace out with the ankle injury, and linebacker Travis Gibson out with an ankle injury. Let's get into the line history here for the game 3 on LJ's card. The Minnesota Vikings are -2.5 at -107. This opened up at a 3 and a legit 3 at a pick'em. So we've had a pretty legit half-point move towards these Seattle Seahawks. On the total here, this is sitting right now at a 42.5, juice to the over. We do see some 43s. I moved on this at 42.5. When it moved up to 43.5, I was pretty upset about it, but it's come back to the 42.5 right now. So we've only had 3 cents of movement towards the over. When we get to the cash flow for our first afternoon game on today's card, we have 69% of tickets and 58% of the cash on the Vikings. Feels like the Seahawks are sharp, 31% and 42% of the cash, 31% of the tickets, 73% of the tickets, 76% of cash on the over. Take it away for us, LJ. Vikings, Seahawks.
Yeah, Jimmy, another situation. We have a road favorite and we have a coaching disadvantage, in my opinion. Vikings on the road, 19-9-4 against the spread since 2020 outdoors. And the fact that they've been averaging 30-plus points in 3 out of their last 4 games, and the fact that Seattle is only 2-5-1 against the spread at home this season, I believe the Vikings have a major advantage in this situation. They're still fighting for that number 1 possible division spot versus Detroit. And they're 7-2 coming off their bye, 7 in a row, man. And the fact that Seattle is more vulnerable at home than they are on the road, we saw it last week, versus the Packers. Seattle has no pass rush. The offensive line sucks in a major way, in my opinion. And Geno's hobbling right now. So even if he gives you anything today, he could get hurt, possibly go out the game. And the Seattle Seahawks have gained under 300 yards in 4 straight games, 5 out of their last 6. So the Vikings, we know, is a heavy blitz type of defense. Brian Flores is going to get at Geno Smith. He's going to make him throw an interception, as we all know. So I'm definitely on that prop, Jimmy. Geno interception, -117. He's hit it in 5 straight home games, 11 out of his last 15 home games. So I believe he throws a pick, and I believe the Vikings take care of business early and often. But I'm just going to stay on the full spread, -3. There's, like I said, they're still fighting for that top seed, and the fact that the defense has had 9 interceptions, 5 out of their 6 road games, I believe that they cashed that interception as well on Geno Smith. So Vikings -3, Jimmy, and this division, NFC North versus the NFC West. The North has this 10-3 straight up. So that's a heavy trend as well that I'm going to trust. Not to mention Seattle's already 0-2 versus this division, NFC North. So let's stick to that. Vikings -3, and I'm on Geno Smith interception.
Well, a couple things here. We can get you the Vikings -2.5 at -107.
Okay.
Lets you win with the field goal. There has just been a 5-cent move towards the New York Jets. It's funny. Jose just let us know that Quinnen Williams officially out, which is kind of what we suspected, and still a 5-cent move towards the Jets. So you can now get the Rams -3 at +104 or -2.5 at -120. What would you prefer?
We do the 3. You get some plus money.
-3 at +104. Vikings -2.5, -107. Geno Smith interception a -117 for LJ. We roll into afternoon action. So I did move on the over in our next game, 4:25 p.m. Eastern. New England Patriots 3-11, 2-6 on the road. Buffalo Bills 11-3, 6-0 at home. Highmark Stadium, Orchard Park, New York. There's no snow. Now, I know the lake effect can change things quickly, but there's it says 0% chance of snow now, and that's been changing over the last 36, 48 hours, less and less likely that there's going to be snowfall today. And there's no wind. So, yes, it's very cold, 12 Fahrenheit, the coldest of any game here this week. But both teams are comfortable, or not comfortable, but have history and experience in this type of temperatures. For the Patriots, Marcus Jones out with a hip injury. Their cornerback is out. The questionable players, less than usual for a Patriots injury report, are all expected to play. For the Bills, a ton of players and important players questionable, but they're expected to play. Taylor Rapp, DeMar Hamlin supposed to be back in the lineup. Rasul Douglas back in the lineup. Matt Milano supposed to play despite the groin injury. I came very close to moving on the Patriots +14. So I guess that would be the third lean that I didn't pull the trigger on. Big shout out to our guy, Kelly McInnes. Hit a banger yesterday. 9-game parlay, $5, paid $3K. So it says Merry Christmas to me. And then he immediately sends $20 towards Pub Sports Radio. You're a great friend of the show, Kelly, my friend. Congratulations. And you earned that victory. And love to see it. Nasty Nate says Patriots smash. That's what he says here. Do they? I want to back them, but I just don't. I don't know. Maybe I get there, actually. This is one of the Jets. I'm not going to get there, but maybe I get there here. Patriots open up +14, -106. They're +14 and -105. I mean, there's been no change there. From a total side of things here, we have this total at 46.5. It's climbing at other spots. It's not climbing at this very sharp offshore that I'm looking at. We had a 1-cent move towards the under. When we get to the cash flow for Patriots, Bills, 81% of the tickets and 84% of the cash on the Bills. This line's not moving. 64% of the tickets, 63% cash on the over. I felt like I could take advantage of the people who thought that the weather would negatively affect the offensive performance, which is something I don't believe. Take it away for us, LJ, Patriots, Bills.
Yeah, Jimmy. Another situation we have a coaching disadvantage. Rookie coach versus a veteran coach. And the fact that the Bills have been rolling, and I mean rolling, averaging 41 points their last 3 games, 458 total yards in those games. So Patriots are a sorry team, Jimmy. And the fact that they're dead last in third down conversions a game, time of possession only 28 minutes, I don't see them having the ball enough to even sustain any type of offense in this game. Now, in the second half, fourth quarter, the Bills have a substantial lead, then, I mean, it's more than likely the Patriots could cover that 14. I wouldn't be surprised at all. But I'm going to stick to the first part of the game where I think Buffalo's going to put up some points. So I took the team total over 16.5 in the first half. They've hit that 3 out of the last 5 games. And the Patriots defense is allowing 17.5 points in the first half, their last 3 games, mainly giving it up in the second quarter where they're allowing 11.5 points. And we're talking quarterbacks, Kyler Murray, Anthony Richardson, Tua. I mean, Josh Allen is a major step up when it comes to those quarterbacks. So I believe they jump on the Patriots early, Jimmy. They may cover the first half as well, but I'm going to stay off of that. Just take the team total because I believe they will get 17 points in the first half. And I'm going to definitely stick to Josh Allen. He's been killing it, so we might as well stay on the money train. Rushing touchdown. He's had it 5 games in a row, 8 straight rushing touchdowns in the month of December. But they had it juiced, so I'm going to tie it with James Cook's anytime touchdown because he's got that 4 out of his last 5 home games, 9 out of his last 12 games overall. And that's going to give me a plus 172 parlay. And we'll just see these Bills cash early. That way I can get in and get out, and you can cash your 14 if you chose to take that spread.
Yeah, I feel like I have enough action, but it certainly has been appealing to me all week. Let's get into your team total here. I've got a 15.5 at minus 125. Is that too much juice? Or are you okay with it?
What's the 16.5 you get?
I would have to look to a different book. We're not getting multiple numbers here, but I will look for that. And your touchdown parlay again, can you hit me with it one more time?
Josh Allen, anytime touchdown, plus James Cook, anytime touchdown, plus 172.
You are in business. So I'm going to look while you break down your angle on the next game, and I'll see another option for you on the team total over. Let's get into our Sunday Nighter live stream hosted tonight by Jose Sweet Tea Tits Snips Wose Bouquet. Tampa Bay Buccaneers 8-6, 5-2 on the road. At Dallas Cowboys 6-8, 1-6 at home. We're at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. KJ Britt not coming back, and Cade Otton not going to play either. Mike Edwards is questionable, their safety. Antoine Winfield is out, so the importance of Mike Edwards is very, very big. For the Cowboys, everything looks fine, but Micah Parsons is dealing with an illness. Trayvon Diggs is out. We already knew that, but Micah Parsons dealing with an illness. We expect him to be in the lineup. If he isn't, I think it'll help my over even more. But this total's dropping. I really feel like I've walked into a trap here. This is now at a 47.5, which is where it opened. Mm-hmm. But I really wanted it to move towards the over. It makes me nervous. Then when we get to a side, Tampa Bay right now, a -4, but that's at plus 103. But they opened up a juiced -3. So we've moved, towards the Buccaneers. And when we get to the cash flow here for the last spot on LJ's card, 77% of the tickets, 80% of the cash on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 50-50 on the total. 50% of the tickets like the under. That makes me very nervous. And 59% of cash on the over. Take it away for us, LJ. Buccaneers, Cowboys.
Yeah, Jimmy, another situation, like I told you, road favorite, going up against a vulnerable team that just cannot play at home. And the fact that these teams come into Arlington Stadium and just demolish the Cowboys, I believe the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to do the same. So we're going to start off early. First quarter, Jimmy, I got it at the half, plus 105 for the Tampa Bay Bucks. 16 out of their last 22 games, they've covered that first quarter, 10-4 in their last 14, 6-1 in their last 7 on the road. They're number 1 in first quarter point scoring at 7.5, averaging 9 in their last 3. And the Cowboys do not start off well, ranked 26th in first quarter scoring, averaging 3 points their last 3 games. So I believe Tampa Bay jumps on them early. Baker Mayfield, those guys are still fighting for a playoff as well, and they could possibly get the division if they take over the Falcons. And since week 11 on their bye, they're 4-0, coming out of the gate, averaging 26-plus points in those 4 games. So I'm definitely going to jump on the team total over 25.5, minus 130 is what I got. Maybe you can find a better number, just because they average more points on the road than they do at home, averaging 32 points on the road. And as we know, the Cowboys give up points at home, ladies and gentlemen. The defense has allowed 36 points the last home games outside of the division. So we already know the Cowboys are vulnerable on defense, in my opinion, and I believe Tampa Bay takes care of them early and often. I believe they will cover the spread 4 games as well, but I'm not going to take it. I'll just stay off. I don't want to have too much action. But the Bucs are 3-0 versus the NFC already on the season, and the NFC South versus the NFC East. If you take out Carolina, 7-2 straight up. So we have all the advantage to the Bucs winning this game easily. The Dallas can't stop the run, as we know. The Bucs are averaging 203 yards the last 3 games on the ground. Dallas is allowing 166 yards at home. So Irving should run the ball easily today. And not to mention, Mike Evans. He needs 251 receiving yards to cash his 1,000 yards receiving for 11 straight years. So I'm going to take Mike Evans to get a touchdown, Jimmy, at plus 100. And I'm going to take Mike Evans to get the touchdown plus the win at plus 152. Because I know Baker Mayfield is all too aware of this fact. Baker Mayfield wants to get his guys some incentives and get him some money and cash that record 1,000-yard season. So I believe those guys are going to be in tune today, and Mike Evans should catch a touchdown for us, and Tampa Bay should win the game. And my last play, Jimmy, is I'm going to tie the Minnesota Vikings money line with the Tampa Bay Bucks money line, and I got a plus 159.
You are locked and loaded, my friend. A couple things I want to just go over for record-keeping purposes. You can have the Bills' first-half team total over 15.5 at minus 125, or first-half team total over 16.5 at minus 115.
15, minus 115.
All right. That's set. Then here with the Bucks, that team total was full game?
Yes, team total over 25.5.
Mine's very juiced at minus 132. What was yours?
Yeah, mine's 130.
Okay, we'll give you the minus 130. It's not a bad sign when there's more juice than your books here. Then the Evans touchdown plus 100. What was Mike Evans and the Bucks?
To win plus 152.
Plus 152. And then Vikings Bucks money line parlay plus 159. I will line chop and see if I can get you a better one there. Then we have Bills first half team total over 16.5 minus 115. Cook anytime touchdown. Allen anytime touchdown plus 172. Then we have the Vikings minus 2.5 at minus 107. Geno Smith interception minus 117. Rams minus 3 at plus 104. Lions second quarter minus 2.5 minus 120. First half minus 4 at minus 106. St. Brown anytime touchdown. And the Lions to win at plus 147 for our guy LJ from H-Town, coming off a 9-4 plus 5.74 week. That's not his best week. On week 8, he went 9-3 plus 6.67 units. LJ, thank you so much for your time, your angles. I love capping with you, your professionalism, everything that you bring to the table. Please support our guy LJ. LJ, tell us about the Raw Words podcast, you and our current #1 capper, Marley Betts. Tell us about it.
Yes, sir. Raw Words Podcast on YouTube right now. Go like, go subscribe, go follow. We did a show Friday, Brothers and Bets as well with Marley, and we do it every Friday night. Y'all tune in on YouTube as well. I just put out a prop show this morning. I give y'all my best props every Sunday morning, so just put it out this morning. Go tune in at that show as well. And always, man, go follow, go like, go subscribe at LJ Sports Media. Follow me on Twitter. And love being on the show with you, Jimmy. Happy holidays to everybody. Shout out to the chat, T-Moss, Donut Silks, OE, everybody, man. Let's have a great Sunday, Jimmy. And like I always say, let's keep cashing, my guy.
There he is, LJ from H-Town. We head north from Houston to Las Vegas, Nevada for our next guest. He is the star of the morning steam 7 days a week, 6 a.m. Pacific, 9 a.m. Eastern on the Sports Money YouTube channel. Please welcome our friend Ramon Scott to the program. Ramon, how are you, my guy?
Hey, Jimmy, happy holidays to everybody. Thank you for having me, and thanks for a great year. I know we got a few weeks left, but I know it's a big week for everybody. So Merry Christmas, happy holidays to everyone, all of our friends in the chat through all the YouTube channels. Love you guys.
We love capping with you, Ramon, my friend. Take it away. Let's get started. 1 p.m. Eastern. We have the Philadelphia Eagles, 12-2, 6-1 on the road at the Washington Commanders, 9-5, 5-2 at home. We're at Northwest Stadium in Landover, Maryland. 31 Fahrenheit, sunny, 8 miles per hour winds. We were wondering if Bryce Huff would come back for this week. He won't, but the pass rush will be fortified when Bryce Huff does, make his season debut here for the Eagles. McKelvie out, wide receiver, which isn't a big deal. But Sidney Brown did not return from the concussion. He is out. Defensive tackle for the Commanders, Jonathan Allen, out with the pectoral. Zach Ertz, we believe, is good to go. Jeremy Chin, we believe, is going to be cleared from concussion protocol this morning. Let's get into this one here. It's a big game for Troy and myself. This opened up at -3.5. It's now at -4. We have a half-point move towards the Eagles and a couple cents of juice. When we get to the total here, we have this at 47 now, 47 at -106. This has climbed very quickly. This opened up at 46.5 and it dropped down to 45. This was at 45 until last night. I mean, it was getting more juiced. It moves to 46. Then this morning it moves to 46.5. And 1 minute ago, we had another cent move to the over. It's now a 47 at a pick'em. Let's take a look at the cash flow here for Commanders Eagles. We have 74% of the tickets and 84% of the cash on the Eagles, 72% of tickets and 73% cash on the over. Take it away for us, Ramon, my man. Your first spot on the board, Eagles at Commanders.
Yeah, yeah, Jim, that was my last order of business as I was just coming on. I got the word here. It looks like Chin will make the lineup today, upgraded to probable about 5 or 6 minutes ago. So I'm looking to go under here as I get that increase number here. You say it keeps going up, and I like that. I've got a division game is really what I'm looking at, an important division matchup for sure between these two teams. Imagine we were trying to fire Sirianni, 3 or 4 weeks into the season, and look how it's gone now for Philly, and look how it's gone for Washington. It's been pretty great. Even though Philly won that first meeting 26-18, they did hold Washington in that game to 264 yards. But nonetheless, the Eagles have done just such a great job holding 8 of their last 10 opponents to under 300 yards. So I think it is going to be tough for these teams to get. I'm trying to figure out, maybe like you were, about that increase in pride. I know it's going to be a nice day, a good day for football, it feels like anyway. So I see that number going up, and I'm excited because Philly here, they've gone under in 5 of their last 6. They're 4-7 to the under as a favorite. Washington's done okay in some circumstances defensively. I know we've had a little bit of fun picking on them a little bit, but they have had a few moments. Now, this is a different order with these 2 great wide receivers here. I get that. But Washington can afford to try to establish a little bit of a running game here. Now, it's tough against the Eagles. I understand that, but you want to keep the ball away from those receivers here. Philly has gone under in 4 straight division games. They've also gone under in 5 of their last 6 games with a division home game on deck. Washington's gone under in 6 of their last 8 in the first of back-to-back home games. So I'm looking at this as obviously an important game for both teams here right now, given the standings and situation. I mean, I think we all agree that they're both in. We know the Eagles are for sure. We know Washington looking pretty decent here. A win would be big, of course. I've got this as just a big, big game. So I've got to take the under here, Jimmy, at now 47 here. Yeah, I count me in on this one. Under is my call here with the Eagles and the Commanders.
Under 47 at -106. The 47 is available market wide. We move on to another very important game. God, my palms are starting to sweat, which hasn't been happening too much lately. Another important game for me, 1 p.m. Eastern. Tennessee Titans 3-11, 2-5 on the road. The Indianapolis Colts 6-8, 3-3 at home. We're at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, Indiana. Alec Pierce out, and so is EJ Speed, linebacker EJ Speed out. That's a problem. For the Titans, Luke Gifford, their linebacker, did not clear concussion protocol. Tony Pollard dealing with an ankle issue, but we expect him to play. And Will Levis dealing with a right shoulder injury. It doesn't matter. Mason Rudolph's in. I don't know what Will Levis is going to give you from game to game. I don't know if he's going to, from play to play, I don't know if he's going to throw a 93-yard touchdown pass or, a pick 6. But I know what Mason Rudolph is going to give you, and it's pedestrian quarterback play. And I enjoy fading him very much. Now I'm going up against, I've doubled up on this spot with the Colts, and I'm also tripled up because I moved on to Jonathan Taylor anytime touchdown as well. This total is at 42.5. My double up is not first half full game. It's just the double result. Again, that's not a first half full game parlay because in the double result, you have to be ahead at the half. First half full game parlay, money line parlay, you can push the first half and only have the full game on the line. So this total is at 42.5. It's gone up 1 cent. That's all it's done. It's gone up 1 cent since its opening line. On the spread, the Colts are a 4 now. Okay. I really like seeing that, man. So they're a 4 now. This had been a 3.5 all week. It's a legit 4-2. In the last about 7 minutes ago, there was a full 10-cent move towards the Indianapolis Colts. I really, really like seeing that. And when we get to the cash flow, there's 67% of the tickets and 60% of the cash on the Colts. You know, it's a sort of a public spot. The under does look sharp, 32% of the tickets and 47% of the cash, and hasn't moved with the public on the over. Take it away for us, Ramon. Titans, Colts at Lucas Oil Stadium.
Yeah, I saw some of the injuries come in. Nick Folk out here for Tennessee today, so they'll be having a different kicker, and a couple other notes coming in as well for the Colts in this one with Mo Alley Cox probable. So anyways, Jim, I am going to look to the under in this game with Tennessee and Indianapolis. We know Tennessee already. They've already made their mark here as one of the worst spread teams in I don't know, NFL history here at this point. If it keeps up at this rate, they'll have to win a couple here or cover a couple to avoid that not distinguishing title here. But yeah, you're right, Jimmy. You got two QBs with very low QBR ratings in this one. Although give Richardson, I know we want to pick on him a little bit. He is 7-7 in his career here, so they're going to keep working with him moving forward. You can't give up on a guy with this kind of physical tools. This series has gone under in 4 of the last 5 meetings, an average of 41 points. I bought a book off of eBay from a guy named LJ in Houston. Apparently, it's got a bunch of trends in it. I'm looking at him here. I hope LJ enjoys the money that I sent him for these trends. Jimmy, AFC South games with home favorites of 4 points or less and a total of 42 or higher have gone under in 29 of the last 37 games. You mentioned the spread moved to 4. Well, when it's 4 or more, it's actually 1 in 12 to the under in the last 13 occurrences. That's home favorites of 4 or more in AFC South games. 12 of the last 13 division matchups have gone under. That's not these teams specific. It's just a divisional trend, but nonetheless, pretty impressive. The Titans have allowed they have had that awful performance, obviously, giving up 37 points last game. We talked about how they have had an okay defensive numbers this season, but teams that have allowed 37 points or more have come back the next week in the last 5 years to go 10, 49, and 1 to the under. So just another trend here for these teams. But again, I'm looking at the weak offenses here. And if I've got Pollard in there and I've got Taylor, hopefully he keeps his mind on the game here and doesn't do anything stupid like he did dropping that ball early. But I see a running matchup, right, where we're going to get Pollard here, maybe in that Henry role that he filled when these two teams were meeting before, when you have the matchup of the running back. So glad Pollard is in there because both teams can look to establish the run against these defenses for sure. I say the Titans have had okay defensive numbers, but not necessarily against the run. Taylor should be able to control the ball as best he can, and the Colts can do so without having to expose Richardson too much in this one. Indy's gone under in 3 of their last 4 games as a favorite. So I agree with you, Jimmy, on the quarterback situation here. I think that's what makes the difference for me. And I ended up on another under here at 42.5 or so right now. I'll take the under in Tennessee and Indy.
We can get you an under 43 at minus 109. Best line I could find available. Let's roll into the afternoon spot. Last spot on the board for Ramon Scott before we're joined by Marley Betts. We have the Minnesota Vikings 12-2, 5-1 on the road. Seattle Seahawks 8-6, 3-5 at home. We're at Lumen Field in Seattle, Washington. 49 Fahrenheit, light rain, 12-mile-per-hour winds. Light rain turns into showers. Fabian Moreau out with the hip injury, but Stephon Gilmore back, so it's not a big deal. And he didn't look good either when he was in replacing Gilmore. Gibson, linebacker for the Seahawks, ankle injury out. So is Kayvon Wallace out as well. I love hearing about this spot because I am with you on it. And so is Troy. We see 43s across the board. At the 42.5, this is what it opened at -109. That 42.5 is now -112. We just had a 2-cent move towards the under, but we've had a 3-cent move overall towards the over. When we get to the spread, we already talked about this spot. It's with LJ. It's now a 2.5 down from 3. We talked about the cash as well. Take it away for us, Ramon. Vikings Seahawks.
Yeah, and I know LJ was a little bit critical of Seattle, and I think their season-long numbers defensively don't look as good, but we know that out of the break, the defense was hot. McDaniel's defense was hot out of the bye for Seattle. Now they did get exposed, obviously, last week, and that's going to ring in the minds, I think, of everyone looking at the game. But they were really sharp for those first 4 games out of the bye, and has been part of the surge here for Seattle to remain alive in the division chase. So, hey, for Minnesota, it's easy, right? Win out, and you got that number 1. Thank you, Buffalo Bills, I guess Minnesota could say, but it's still a tough task to go in here, even though Seattle at home has not been the same Seattle at home. If anything, they've been a little bit better on the road, it feels like, for the most part, but Seattle's still gone under in 4 straight games. Minnesota's 4-7 to the under as a favorite. 3 of the last 4 meetings between the two teams have gone over, but just to reiterate maybe what I'm saying about not going against what LJ was saying about the defense for Seattle, but they've allowed less than 300 yards in 4 out of their last 6 games. And Minnesota, that we know how good they've been defensively with Flores, 27 takeaways this season. That's probably been the most impressive thing about what they've been able to accomplish, because they don't have big time defensive stars necessarily there. Seattle has gone under in 7 of their last 10 off of a double-digit home loss. So I'm expecting a top defensive effort here as well in that game. Desperate situation here, certainly for Seattle. Minnesota, the pressure's on them too to win. We know that they're in, but still, I think they bring it here as well. You mentioned Smith's injuries, woes a little bit for Seattle, and I'm going to end up with another under here, Jimmy. Boring, as I once heard one of our famous panelists say today. That's me. I've got a 3rd straight under here with Minnesota and Seattle.
I love it. We can get you that under 43 with very low VIG, -105. Under 43, -105. Then you have Tennessee under 43 at -109. Philadelphia, Washington under 47 at -106. Ramon, have a wonderful holidays. Please support the Morning Steam Show on the Sports Money YouTube channel. 7 days a week, 6 a.m. Pacific, 9 a.m. Eastern. Support our guy, Ramon, on X at Ramon Scott Media. Ramon, thank you, my friend. Any last words for the Cappers supporting the show?
I'm completing another trip around the sun also this week, so we'll catch you here down the road. We know we got great shows left and great games left. It's not over yet, so have a great week, everybody, and happy holidays.
There he is, Ramon Scott. Ramon Scott currently ranked 4th out of 33 cappers. Let's bring on our leader. This capper, I brag about him every time he jumps on our show because his consistency is unparalleled. I've never seen a capper deliver the way Marley has these last 2 years. If you want to give any comparison, it would be Guillermo Zertucci in our cappers contest, winning it last year. Now, Nunya has just usurped that leadership, has surpassed him, but Guillermo's still 4th. That's the only thing I can compare it to what our next guest, Star of Brothers and Bets, has done. 39-23 plus 14.52 units. He's also a youth football coach for the Cobras, which was Jalen Petrie's youth football team. This man just leads by example. Shout out to Sir Mackey Loves Pie, gifting 5 Pub Sports Radio memberships. You are a good man, Sir Mackey. Thank you so much for believing in the channel and supporting the channel. It means a ton to us. Sir Mackey Loves Pie, blessing our action here. Let's bring on our leader. He came second last year. He's got about a 10-unit lead or plus right now on the nearest competition. Star of the Brothers and Bets YouTube channel, our friend Marley. Welcome, Marley, to the show. Marley, how are you?
What's up, free my bro? What's going down, Jimmy? I'm good.
Marley,
I'm good. Let's get to it.
Marley, let's get to it. We are though a couple weeks from your board sweepage, 5-0 plus 5.11 units. That was your high watermark on the season. So I imagine you're champing to get back to the glory.
Last 2 weeks, I don't feel too good about.
And I get it. Last week you went 3-3, down 0.02 units, and that's a bad week for Marley.
That's a bad week for me.
Let's roll, my friend. Rams, Jets.
Right.
Rams 8-6, 4-3 on the road. Jets 4-10, 2-4 at home. We've set all these games up, so now we just need to hear how Marley's getting paid. Take it away, my man.
Right. So, me and LJ talked about this game Friday, and I told LJ one of the things, we're getting down to the end of the season, the nitty gritty. I'm not placing bets on teams that, like, if they, spoiler teams that got absolutely nothing to play for. And then, we talk about Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers, what, 40? He's 40, Jimmy. I ain't 40 yet. I'm close, but I know how it feels to get out the bed and be old. Now, that cat is old, and it's cold. It's not like he playing in fucking Cali somewhere. He's playing in New York. It's cold, and don't give me this. Him and Devontae Adams had a connection last week because they toured up. It was against Jacksonville. It's one of the worst defenses in the league. This team has not performed well at all. They're averaging 19 points per game. They're 2-8 in their last 10. I haven't gotten to the Rams yet, so as you can tell, I'm all over the Rams here. I don't like you got the West Coast team going the East Coast, California team in the weather. That is a bit of concern. But they still got everything to play for. I know it really boils down to that division game at the end of the season against, I think it's Seattle, they got to play for. But at this point, the coaching advantage with McVay, I don't even know who the Jets coach. I mean, I know he's an interim coach. I can't even think of who his name is, to be perfectly honest with you. And the Rams they're coming on a 3-game win streak. They're averaging 22 points per game, 7-3 over their last 10 games, and is leading the division. So I don't like betting on teams that don't got nothing to play for. 2, Aaron Rodgers is old, and 3, the Rams still in for the division and still have everything to play for.
Well, since LJ joined us, there's now been a 7-cent move towards the LA Rams. So now that 2.5 is no longer really, it's minus 125. The minus 2.5 is minus 125. The minus 3 is minus 102. What would you prefer?
I'll take the less than a field goal.
Minus 2.5.
Off that push.
Minus 125. That's a 5-cent difference from what it was when LJ was on. So we talked about there had been a move towards the Jets prior to LJ joining us, and now there's been a move back to the Rams. We have our guy Jose putting our PSR promos into the chat. Hit a link, put in your state or your province, and you'll get a list of the books and the offers. It helps out our channel very much. And it's so important that we do not get 1 cent for any losses. There's some companies who do. We don't get 1 cent. We want you to destroy the books. There's a bonus that we receive that helps our channel when you sign up, but that's it. Then we want to crush them. So that's the link is popped there from Jose. Okay, we got our guy on the Rams minus 2.5, minus 125. Next up for Marley, Philadelphia Eagles, Washington Commanders. We've already set that up. So take it away, Landover, Maryland, Eagles, Commanders.
Yeah, divisional game. Going to be a tough game. In the cold, both defenses are playing pretty good. Washington giving up 22 points per game. The Eagles, to me, which is the major difference in last year's Eagles and this year's Eagles, is that defense is out there killing. 18 points per game. Last 6 games haven't given up more than 20 points, and that's the angle I'm on. I'm riding both defenses here. I like the under. I heard last segment has been going up with Ramon on which is amazing to me. So I like the under 46. Both teams want to run the ball. We already know what Philly and Saquon can do. We saw how they just held the ball in the second half, number one rushing attack in the NFL right now. So I think and the Commanders are top 5. I think they're number 3 right now in rushing in the NFL. So we got both teams that want to control the game with running the ball. I think they're going to eat the clock up. I think we'll have a tough divisional game, low scoring game. So I'm all over the under here. I will say this though, Eagles are 6-1 ATS on the road. And everything to play for with that Detroit loss. They still have a chance to get the number 1 seed in the NFL, make everything go through Philly. So again, Commanders, both teams have everything to play for. They're fighting for the wild card spot. Obviously, I don't think they're not going to win the division against Philly. So kept me off the 4, kept me off the side. I lean Philly, but I think the play here has to be the under.
Under 47 at -106. It's the same number that Ramon got. That has not moved. We roll on to the next spot for Marley, currently our leading capper out of 33 on this show. And that's why he's here every week, because he delivers the goods. Detroit Lions, Chicago Bears, Soldier Field, and Chicago, Illinois. We've already set this one up. Take it away.
Yeah. Man, I don't know if we forgot because we all fell in love with Jared Goff, man. Jared Goff outside scares the shit out of me. I could with 7 going on the road in the cold, no way I can be on that 7. I think it's too many points. At the same time, like I just said, I cannot take teams that have absolutely nothing to play for. I'm like, if you're Keenan Allen, I try to imagine if you're Keenan Allen getting out of the bed and this game's, you're down 10-14 in the fourth quarter, how hard are you going? To get back, how much of your body are you putting on the line, versus I need to be healthy for next year? Or are you thinking about going out there and playing in this cold? So for that reason, I am on the under here. I got it at a 47, but it went up to 48. Yeah, so that's even better. I just don't trust Jared Goff at the end of the day on the road, outside, in the cold. He's only played 1 game outside this season, and that was against the Packers. It was raining, pouring down, so I don't know how much we can judge him because it was the rain. But in the Windy City, as good as this offense has been dealing, everything's been indoors. No Montgomery. The rushing attack hasn't been the same since Montgomery's went down. As much as I do love Gibbs, I think Detroit can possibly win the game. I don't think they covered at 7. And then we got to remember, last game inside, the score was only 20-23. I think that was the Turkey Day game, Thanksgiving. So you're going to give me 48. Yeah, I'll take the under here.
I'm right with you. I'm right with you on this under. And I do believe the Bears they're the one team that, the only 4-win team with something to play for, just because of Thomas Brown being the interim coach and this Super Bowl against the Lions at home for them. But I hear exactly what you're saying. We can get you a 47.5. That's what I got at -106. Or you can get that 48 at -115. You said you might be looking at the 48. Is it better than -115?
115 or what? I got it at 47, so I'm comfortable at the 40. You said 47.5?
Okay, 47.5 is -106. Yeah.
That's fine. Give me that.
Okay, well, then we're both on that one. I did pay the -110 for it. Under 47.5, -106. And I'm also on the Bears, so I'm pleased that you didn't give out the Lions here. The final spot on the board, Tampa Bay Buccaneers at Dallas Cowboys. We've already set this one up, so we want to hear how you're getting paid. I'm very uncomfortable with my bet on the over, just market wide. X's and O's, I can explain it.
You took the over?
I am on the over, and I fear it. This total, and I bet 9 out of 10 total bets for me are unders. I rarely move on an over, and this one's moving towards the under with the public. Actually, it was a strange. Even this surprised me that we have the 50-50 ticket count on the total. That surprised me. So a lot of people believe in this under. Take it away for us, Marley. Buccaneers, Cowboys.
Yeah, that's strange to me too. I think you're good with an over. I mean, I wouldn't take the Cowboys. I don't think this is going to be a defensive type of game. I would be worried as depending on how much the Cowboys score. I think would make me nervous if I was on the over. I think the Bucs are going to score here. They average 27 points per game. I think they can possibly get over that. One play that I am on, obviously, Jimmy, I say this every time I talk about the Cowboys personally. The Cowboys suck. I was saying this before that was out there. Now the Cooper Rush is out there. It doesn't make any difference to me. The Cowboys are a terrible football team. And yes, I'm from Houston, and no, we don't like Dallas. And yes, that probably has something to do with it. But even if, just look at the numbers. They suck. They suck at home, Jimmy. They're 1-6 at home. They're 1-6 against the spread at home. The defense is giving up 28 points per game. I think Micah is sick. Is that what I heard? I think he's questionable due to illness. He might not even play. The Bucs still have everything to play for. They're beating the Falcons, but if they're tied, I think the Falcons own the tiebreaker because they beat them both in the division. So we saw the Falcons make the move to Michael Penix, but they got the Giants. That's definitely a very winnable ball game. So Bucs, everything to play for. They've been on a 4-game win streak. Baker Mayfield's been carving it up. I think a 4-game win streak. They're 5-2 ATS, 5-2 on the road. Like I said, they're averaging 28 points per game. I'm all over the Bucs here, minus the 4. I am also on the team total, 24, maybe 25. It's a little bit juice, but I'm gonna pay that juice because I think it's good juice, good for it. It's vegetable juice. It looks nasty, but it's good for you. It's good. So go ahead and just take it and drink it down and reap the rewards. This is what you do. So we're on a -4. We're on a -4. And we're on the team total over 24.5. Like I said, this team averages 27 points per game. And Mike Evans has a bunch of incentives to get for the last 3 games left, counting this week left. And Baker seems to me like the kind of quarterback that's going to try no matter what, even if this team is up. They're going to try to get him his incentives. They're going to slang the ball all over the place. I can't remember the exact number he needs, but there's yardage and touchdowns, if I'm not mistaken, for like $3 million worth of incentives in his contract. So they're going to try to get him his numbers, even if they're down, in my opinion. And Baker seems like he's the type of quarterback that's just going to let it fly, obviously. So I am on the Bucs minus the 4. I am also on the team total. I like your over, Jimmy. The Cowboys is just kind of, I don't know what Cooper Rush is. I know he doesn't turn the ball over, but he doesn't throw it down the field. And I don't know how much they're going to score. That's the only thing that kind of kept me off the over. That's why I just went with the Bucs team total over. I think the Bucs will give us 30. So if the Bucs give us 30, I think you're good.
Oh yeah. 17 could be the final amount for the Cowboys. I've become very, very concerned about this spot, but I don't. This Bucs defense does nothing to concern me. And no Antoine Winfield, so better have Mike Edwards out there. No KJ Britt. But do you want the -4 at even money or the -3.5 at -111?
No, give me the even money. It's not this. I don't think this game is going to be close.
I can't get a 24.5 team total. The 25.5 is juiced to -134.
That's fine. We're gonna. I told you it's vegetable juice. We're gonna drink it.
Okay. Our guy Marley on the Bucs -4 plus 100 bucks. Team total over 25.5 -134. He's on the under 47.5 at -106 in Lions Bears. He's on the under 47 at -106 in Eagles Commanders, and he's on the Rams -2.5 at -125. 39-23 plus 14.52 units on the show is Marley Betts, star of the Brothers and Betts YouTube channel, as well as the Raw Words podcast alongside our guy LJ. Tell us about the Brothers and Betts YouTube channel, my man.
For sure. I don't know, boys paid attention, but me and the coach was back this past Wednesday. We'll be back probably Tuesday instead of Wednesday because I think we have bowl games starting Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken. And then Friday, again, I'll be on the Raw Words Sports Podcast with LJ and back Sunday, right back here.
I love it. Shout out to our guy, Marley, class act. Shout out to the Cobras, the youth football team that he coaches that won it all this past season. Let's move on to our next guest. He is the star of the spreadsheet play of the day, and man, has he been delivering here on our show. He joined us on weeks 13 and 14. He combined to go 5-1 plus 3.93 units, which is what he's up right now. 8-4 plus 3.93 units. Right now, That's second out of 33 cappers, 8-4 plus 3.93 units. Please welcome our friend, Mr. Ron Crawford, to the telecast. Ron what's happening, my man? How are you?
How you doing, Jimmy? And just remember, friends, don't let your friends bet on the Jets. Don't do it.
Well, you could say the same thing about the Chicago Bears, of which I am on. And I imagine you're going to bring a great concern to my action here. Detroit Lions, Chicago Bears, Soldier Field. Take it away, Ron, my man.
This is totally a spreadsheet play, and I've been throwing it out there on your, the Blitz, and I've been throwing it on the Cappers contest, and I'm going to add one today too, Jimmy. So we're going to add one to it. Detroit Lions off a straight up home favorite loss on the road. You're going to play them. You're also going to play the San Francisco 49ers, so you can add that to my card as well.
We will add that, my friend. And we'll touch on that. Jose, if you get that graphic ready for the last spot on the board.
Total spreadsheet play right there. And it's been working. It's now 20-4 ATS on the year. So, and even covered that Ravens big line at the Giants. So, yeah, I'm going to stick with it.
I love it. We can get you that -6.5 on the Lions, -6.5.
Yeah, Hard Rock -6.5, -115. I
can get the -112 for you. So we'll get you that -112. Let's move on to the next spot on the board. This is a take we haven't heard yet. Minnesota Vikings, Seattle Seahawks. We've already set this game up. So take it away, my man.
Okay, well, Minnesota's coming off 3 home games in a row. Yeah, they've had some home cooking. And when that happens and that team covers by more than 15 points against the spread, get this, they're 9-35 in the next game straight up. Take the Seahawks plus the 3. I know they haven't been good at home this year. I know it's not that home environment that we've seen in the past. Seahawks need this one bad, and looks like Minnesota's going into a jungle here tonight.
Now, there's been a real heavy move towards Seahawks over the last little while. The 3s are not available. You can get the +2.5 at no vig. The 3 right now is juiced all the way up to -128. It's a huge move towards Seattle. How do you want to handle that?
I'll go with, what's the 2.5?
The 2.5 is -102.
Yeah, give me that. I think they went outright anyway, but I'm going to take the points.
+2.5 at -102 for our guy Ron Crawford. Then we move into our Sunday nighter. Live stream will be right here on Pub Sports Radio. Buccaneers, Cowboys. Take it away, my man.
Yeah, I think Marley said it, and like I said, I got 3.5 -115 at Hard Rock. If I can still get a 3.5, I like that. But I also want to take the first half for the Bucs. Dallas is just 0-6 at home first half against the spread. So let's take Tampa Bay first half on that one, and I'm going to take full game.
We can get you that full game -3.5, -111, so no problem there. The first half is tricky. It's either -2.5 at -123 or -3 at -104.
Give me -3 at -104.
-3 at -104. And then jump into this one because it's perfect. Linda's asking Miami or the Niners, and we have a move here. And it's important because no one else on this show is talking about this game. It's a tricky one. So I don't have it set up to be talked about here, but I can give you the line history. We have the line history going heavy against the Dolphins. Obviously, Waddle is out last I looked, and Tyreek Hill questionable. The Dolphins have gone from -2.5 to +2 at -107. So the Niners are now -2 at -103. When we get to the total here for this one, we have these Niners or this total at 44. It's -107 to the under. This has come down from 46. And when we get to the cash flow here for the afternoon action, we have 52% of the tickets, 52% of the cash on the Niners on the spread. On the money line, it's a 50-50 proposition as well, 50-50 ticket count, but 67% of cash on the Niners. And then you have 69% of the tickets, 61% cash on the over. Ron, this is a fascinating one. I'm happy that you brought it up. Take it away.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow the system, Jimmy. 20-4 ATS. I'm gonna follow it. San Francisco, it's strictly a system spreadsheet play. Team off a home favorite straight up loss as they did last Thursday night. They've had extra days to prepare for this one as well. even though they're traveling over to the East Coast, but losing to the Rams outright as a home favorite. Now they're on the road. I'm taking the road team every time.
You have options again. Money line
Give me the
minus
money
one.
line.
Money
Give me the
line
money
minus
line.
126. Okay, you got it.
Yep.
49ers money line minus 126 for Ron Crawford. 49ers money line. Tampa Bay first half and full game minus 3 and 3.5 respectively. Seattle plus 2.5 at minus 102. Detroit minus 6.5 at minus 112. Ron, we are so fortunate that we get your spreadsheet plays of the day.
Yeah, and I got those for you too. Here, I'll throw them out there, Jimmy.
Oh, I love that.
I know they probably don't like this hat I'm wearing.
Well, yeah.
Let me tell you something. When Missouri and Illinois play, it's a border war, and they usually play in St. Louis, Missouri, and they're playing today in St. Louis, Missouri. And I've seen Dabby. I'm seeing, the regulars all over Illinois. Be careful this game. This is a border war, and when Illinois plays Missouri, like I said, there's a lot of recruiting going on in East St. Louis and St. Louis, Missouri. They're playing at the Enterprise Center. Always take the dog. Take Missouri plus 3.5 in that one. In NHL, I'm taking the Ducks plus 1.5 on the puck line. And in the NBA, give me the Raptors. And good luck to everybody. Have a great holiday and Merry Christmas to everybody.
What a guy he is, our friend Ron Crawford. And as Ron, actually, can you bring back Ron for a second here? Ron, I was going to go into this because we're so fortunate to have your action on Betting with the Bag, but where else can we get your action so cappers can follow you, get more Ron Crawford in their lives?
Well, I think you got Rod Zaki coming up here soon, right? He's on the yeah. Me and Rod are over at a place called Tony'sPicks.com, and you can check us out over there. We did a couple of videos actually on the college football playoff. Didn't go too well, man. Amazing, all favorites yesterday. That's unbelievable, even in NFL. But looking for a dog day today, I guess, for that. But you can check me and Rod out over there at Tony'sPicks.com.
Our guy, Ron Crawford. Catch him over at Tony's Picks. Thank you, Ron, my friend. Skunt Blaster plays of the day. Jags money line, Lightning money line, Seton Hall money line. Let's bring on our next guest. We haven't had him joining us since week 10. It's great to have him back. 9-11 down 1.18 units. So he's very close to getting back into the black. And if he does, he can fire with a big day right up our leaderboard. He's right on the precipice of glory. Please welcome our guy, star of the Stacks play of the day, Mr. Justin McKelvie, joining us here. Justin, what's good, man? How are you?
Pretty good. How are you?
I'm good, man. I have so much action popping off that this feeling never gets old. I'm very excited about kickoff here. We still have 48 minutes before kickoff, so let's get right to work. You get started in the game that we have not talked about. You have a prop in the Browns-Bengals. Browns 3-11, 1-6 on the road. Bengals 6-8, 1-5 at home. We're at Paycor Stadium, Cincinnati, Ohio. 31 Fahrenheit, mostly cloudy, 3 miles per hour. Sam Hubbard gone and done. Sheldon Rankins not coming back from this illness. We're week 5 now. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. The important thing for the Bengals is Alex Kappa was a full participant on Friday. They need him bad. And with Hubbard out, 2023 first-round pick Miles Murphy is going to replace him in the starting lineup. So an underachiever who now gets a real big opportunity. From a line history standpoint, we'll start with this total. It's at 46.5. This opened up at 49.5. We've dropped 3 points on this total. And on the spread, the Bengals are now -10 and -105. That's a huge move in the last 12 hours. I moved on them last night. I should have probably moved on them earlier. It was a 7.5. I got an 8.5 with regular VIG. It actually had moved 2 cents when I was betting it at 365 from -110 to -112. So I got it -112. But now we have a 10 on the board. Let's get to the cash flow. Let's go with the Bengals. 81% of the tickets, 89% of the cash on the Bengals. And the markets are showing concern. 62% of tickets, 66% cash on the over. Take it away for us, Justin, your first spot on the board, Browns-Bengals.
Yeah, this is real simple. With DTR being quarterback, one thing he loved, he loved the dink and dunks. Jerome Ford, 20-plus receiving yards. It's receiving yards, plus 114 at Bet Rivers. He loved the dink and dunk, and he loved, I don't know how to say his name, David Njoku. Those are two boys DTR love dink and dunk. He's not a real quarterback. Jerome Ford, receiving yards, 20 plus 114.
Plus 114 alt lines for Justin when he rocks with the props. Ford 20 plus receiving yards at plus 114. Now we move into a money line parlay. I'd like to start with the first half of the parlay, so don't hit us with the second half yet. Eagles, Commanders, take it away with your parlay plan.
The first part of the parlay will be the Eagles money line. It's real simple. Eagles gonna win. And quiet as kept, be transparent. I kind of stole this from Bankroll Blitz. Shout out.
I love it. You know what? This one is Troy's. I didn't add it into mine because I've got the Eagles Ravens money line parlay at plus 115, and I didn't know how much I really, because at this point. And now, do I want, because with $300 units, did I want 900 on the spot? And I decided not to for both the Eagles and the Colts, because they're both 2-unit spots, two different separate $300 bets. So we have the Eagles starting out the money line parlay. Second half of the money line parlay is in Titans Colts at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, Indiana. I love this. I can't wait to hear the breakdown. So take it away.
Yeah, I love the Colts. When I watched I didn't even finish watching it. I just watched the 1:00 game. So I'm gonna watch it after I get off here. But everything you said about the Colts, I love that. Jonathan Taylor, I played that. That's not what I play. The second part of the parlay is the Colts money line. Like, we're talking about Tennessee. I was on Tennessee over last week, and I knew by your facial expressions I was shocked. These boys can't score. They just can't score. Give me the Colts money line. Give me the Eagles money line. That's plus 125.
You've got it locked and loaded. I can that's moved a little bit, so I can get you the plus 120 now on the Eagles Colts money line. Again, part of the fun, part of the what makes the show special is they're giving out lines that are available as we speak, and it hurts them generally, our cappers, because the earlier you get in, generally the market's going to move in your direction. So
honestly, everything that I played, the lines that moved on me, but I like them all, so I don't care about the odds. And I'm going in the black today.
I know you are. I really love having you here on the show. There's Troy Torrance in the house. Great to see you, Troy. Speaking of Bankroll Blitz, Bruce Hallett says, love it. Colts, Eagles, money line. That is Troy Torrance on it as well. Let's move on to the next spot. You have a total here in Patriots Bills. Excuse me. Take it away.
I got the Bills team total. I got the Bills. I don't know what number you get. I got the Bills team total over 30.5. Minus 115 at Bet Rivers, but I'll take whatever number you can get. I knew this before I seen Bankroll Blitz, but it's 8 straight with 30 plus. I need to say no more. They're gonna get 31. Josh Allen want this MVP. He just watched Lamar yesterday. A lot of people think he ain't thinking about this. He may never get a Super Bowl. He might as well get an MVP. Give me 31 from New England. I love it.
Over 30.5 available right now. At minus 128, over 30.5, minus 128. I will line shop for that. What did you get it at?
I got it at 115.
Wow, so that's
I'll take 128, but that's heavy.
I'm going to line shop too and see if we can get you something better. Let's roll
on. Is there 31?
Sorry, my man?
Is there 31?
I will see what options I have. Not at this offshore that I'm looking at, but over 30.5 for the Bills team total. Here for our guy, Justin McKelvie, coming to us from Pennsylvania by way of Georgia. We have our next spot. You have a player prop in the Buccaneers Cowboys game. It's your last spot on the card. Justin, take it away.
No, I got one more spot. I thought I said it to you. I got a total in the Jaguars game.
Oh yeah, yes, and I skipped it. My bad.
Oh, God, I might not have sent it. I thought. Okay,
no, you did. My bad. I skipped it. So Jose. My bad. So we're gonna go after Buccaneers Cowboys. We'll go back to the Jaguars Raiders. My apologies. My bad. Buccaneers Cowboys. Take it away.
Marley said it best. Give me Mike Evans 90 plus 116. I got that at Bet Rivers, but I'll take whatever you could get. They're gonna feed this boy. He want them bonuses. He get 1,000 every year. He want this. He gonna get it. I got his touchdown. Not official. Official is Mike Evans 90 plus 116 or best number.
No, we'll take that 90 plus at plus 116 for Justin. Next up is the Jaguars Raiders, Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, Nevada. I moved on the Raiders. And I was late. The twos were available. The 1.5s were. I ended up having to take a 2.5. The line moving towards the Raiders, and I got in on it. That 2.5. There's been a move back towards the Jags this morning. So that 2.5, now you can get the twos again. That 2.5 is minus 103 right now. From a total standpoint here, we have a 41.5 juice to the over, minus 108 to the over. The Jaguars are a healthy group. Of course, Trevor Lawrence not available. And the Raiders are a pretty healthy group, but there's a sickness going through. I hate talking about this because you never know the extent of it, but the cornerback room, Sam Webb and Nate Hobbs both have an illness, and they're listed as questionable. They're dealing with it here. Let's get into the cash flow for this Raiders Jags spot. We have, as we've not talked about it yet, we have 74% of the tickets and 73% of the cash on the Jaguars. Good God, I want to go up against that. 67% of tickets, 60% cash on the over. Take it away for us here. A plan on the total, Justin. Jaguars, Raiders.
Yeah, I got I got the Jaguars over 40.5, but I'm expecting way higher. So whatever the best you could get me to over, I got over 40.5 at minus 112. But that was days ago. But I'll take whatever you get. I'm comfortable with it.
Well, you beat this line move dramatically. Right now, we can get you just a 41.5, unfortunately. A minus 108. I would like to see if I get it down to 41, though, and see what that would cost here very quickly. Here, you've nailed this.
I'll tell you what. You got a 42 for plus money?
Yes, 40. Well, 42 at even money.
I'll take it. That's what I want.
Total over 42 at plus 100 for Justin McKelvie. Let's review our guy Stacks play today's action here. We start with Jerome Ford, 20-plus receiving yards at plus 114. He's got an Eagles-Colts parlay at plus 120. That's available right the second at that number. Total of the over 42 in Jaguars, Raiders at even money. He's got the Bills team total over 30.5. And I said I would take a look and see what else we could get here. So let's just quickly do that.
Somebody put in the chat, I don't know if we're allowed to talk about it, but I'll let you read it. Brian Pocon, or however you say his name. My apologies for. He said he got a better number.
BetMGM's perfect. That's a great book that we work with. Thank you, Brian. That's excellent. Thank you so much, Brian. Beautiful. Great work. Over team total over 30.5 minus 110 for the Bills. Evans 90+ receiving yards at plus 116. Justin is not on X. The only place you can get our guy Stacks Play Today's action is right here on Radio, and we're proud to be to roll with our guy Justin. Justin, thank you so much for rocking with us. Get that cash. Big winning day. Get you right in the top 5 here. Any last words for the Cappers supporting the show?
No, let's have a day.
There he is, our guy Justin McKelvie in the house. Let's move on to our next capper. We go from Pennsylvania to Barstow, California for our next guest, star of the Prime Cut play of the day and the Surf and Turf play of the day. Great friend of the channel. Please welcome the Sweaty Butcher to the show. Sweaty Butcher, what's good, man? How are you?
What's up, guys? I'm good. How you doing, Jimmy?
I am good. I believe I'll probably be less good after I hear your breakdown of Lions Bears at Soldier Field in Chicago, Illinois. Sweaty Butcher. Oh, first off, let me ask, and I don't know this yet. Is any of this Prime Cut or Surf and Turf?
I do have a Prime Cut, and I did add a Surf and Turf that I didn't send you, but there's a Surf and Turf on the menu. Okay, and tell me this is not the Prime Cut. This is the Prime Cut.
Okay, Lions, Bears, Soldier Field, Chicago, Illinois. Take it away, my man.
I know. I'm sorry, Jimmy. I seen you on the other side here, but I got to roll with the Lions here. I know it seems very square, and the public is all over this spot, but I think this is one of the public spots on the board where the public gets paid today. The Ron Crawford, I think we have the same spreadsheet, maybe, are very close. So Lions off a loss. 9-1 straight up and ATS last 10 games. These guys bounce back big off these losses. That was a huge factor in me for betting this game. That's the first thing I looked at, and it was really positive. So I ran that. I think the Bears are ass. Well, I know the Bears are ass, so hard for me to get on any side with them on any number right here in this game. So I also doubled up on this game with Bears first half team total under 9.5. I got that at plus 105. Shout out to my boy Addy for putting me on that. He's been cashing that the last few weeks, so I jumped on that with him too. I thought that's a good spot in this game also. So for this game, that's what I'm on is the prime cuts, the Lions -7, and I'm on the first half team total under for the Bears at 9.5.
Now, do you want the 6.5 at -114, or would you prefer the 7 at plus 1? It's now -112, or the 7 at plus 103.
I need to get back in the black. Let's take the positive. Let's take the plus 103.
All right, you got it. The Lions -7 at plus 103. That is the prime cut. And then the first half team total here. Let's see if we can 9.5. Wow, you got the plus money on it. So
yeah,
we'll use your line here because that's not we've got this one juiced here. So first half team. Oh no, sorry, I'm tripping. I was looking at
team total under. Yeah,
I was looking at the over. No, I can get you a better line plus 105. I can get you plus 109.
Let's run it.
Plus 109 Bears first half team. So two plus money spots here. -7 on Lions, plus 103 prime cut. Bears first half team total 9.5 plus 109. Let's roll into Titans Colts, Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, Indiana. You're on the total here. Take it away.
Yeah, so here's another spot that I like the over for. So I'm on this over. I got it at 43. I seen it went down a little bit. What's that, 42.5 now?
Yes, let me just take a look because we heard our guy Ramon on this one. The right now Titans total is 42.5. 42.5.
Okay.
Oh no,
Yeah,
there is a 43. There is 143.
All right, well, I'm on the over. So the home favorites off a loss this season, I've been on them, usually fading them. I didn't like to fade this team here because the Titans aren't really that great, but they are 9-1 to the over, home favorites off a loss in the last 10 games, and they're 13-1 in the last 14. They're 26-16 to the over on the season. That's hitting at 61%. These home favorites in the loss spot. The Titans are also 6-1 to the over on the road. Titans offense, I know, is really no good, but Indy's defense isn't any better. They can't stop anything either. So, at first glance, it looked like an easy under to me. That's why I dug into it, and everything told me to bet the over. And I'm gonna roll with the numbers and my trends that I got going, and I'm on the over in this game.
Over 42.5 at -111 is available. Let's move on to Cardinals Panthers. Happy Sweaty Butcher is talking about this one. We've not talked about it all day, and he's not the only one. We have Sweaty Butcher, Rod Zawacki, and Guns Picks all talking about this very interesting setup. Cardinals Panthers, Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina, 40 Fahrenheit sunny, 3-mile-per-hour winds. Cardinals are now dealing with real injuries. They are getting a linebacker back, but Jesse Luketa is not coming back, and Mac Wilson is not coming back this week. So now they went down very early in last week's game and seemed to handle it okay. Paris Johnson Jr., left tackle, is out as well. Cornerback Elijah Jones is out with an ankle injury, and Matt Prater is out. So Sean Murphy-Bunting questionable, but expected to be in. For the Panthers, Jadeveon Clowney was late addition to the injury report with an illness. A lot of teams dealing with that right now. Let's get into the line history. This total's at 47. It's juiced to the under. It opened up at 45.5, so we've climbed up 1.5 points on that total. On the point spread here, we have it just keeps moving towards the Cardinals. This just keeps moving towards the Cardinals. You could have got this here at 3.5. Now I'll be the juice 3.5, but you could have got this at 3.5, -121 on Friday or Friday morning. Then this moves to 5 last night. Now it moves to 5.5. Not only that, but at the 5.5 number, we've moved 8 cents in the last 15 minutes. Cardinals are moving, and the books are showing some concern. Let's take a look at the cash flow on this spot. We have 71% of tickets and 73% of cash on the Cardinals, 59 and 48 on the over. Take it away for us, Sweaty Butcher, Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina, Cardinals, Panthers.
Yeah, I understand the money coming on the Cardinals here. I've been fading the Panthers all season too. I think that's probably what it is. The last couple of chances here to fade the Panthers, but this might be a game where they're in the game a little bit here at home. It's a little colder than the Cardinals usually are used to. Plenty of injuries, as you mentioned, the Cardinals. So I'm looking at the under in this game. Cardinals, as bad as they are, they're actually 5th in red zone defense. I mean, not Cardinals, the Panthers. So even if the Cardinals get down the field, maybe Panthers tighten it up down there, and we see more field goals and touchdowns in this game. And that's where I'm kind of leaning. I just don't see either of these teams really putting up more than 20 each, to be honest. So I thought 47 was a pretty high number, and I jumped on that under as soon as I seen it.
Under 47 at minus 108, and Spenny penny bombs on the McBride touchdown plus 145. It's just nuts. He doesn't have one. He says they've been trying so hard to get McBride a TD last few weeks. He's the longest streak of receptions without a touchdown in NFL history. Spenny giving the goods all throughout in the chat.
I think it'd be worth, if you're on the McBride, it'd probably be worth to sprinkle a first touchdown also, because he's obviously going to be in the script. They know he hasn't had a tutty. Kyler's said it on Twitter. You know what I mean? So, I mean, if you're on that, why not sprinkle a little bit on that first time tutty too?
I like it. Locked and loaded there. So we have a couple things here to end our action with Sweaty Butcher. We're going to close on the surf and turf. You have a money line parlay here, a 3-team money line parlay. Take it away, my man.
Yeah, I'll just go through this one quick. It's my home dog fade system I've been using all year. These home dogs off of a win. 10 and 24 straight up, and 2 and 8 the last 10. I guess there's a reason there's a home dog after a win, because these guys just can't cover the number and they can't win games. So the 3 home dogs I'm fading are my Jets, the Commanders, and I'm fading the Cowboys. So the 3-team money line is Rams, Eagles, and Bucks, and that's a plus 250.
Can get that right now at plus 264. Rams, Eagles, Bucks, 3-team money line parlay. And then Sweaty Butcher, my man, we close with the surf and turf. Take us home.
Yeah, all right. So surf and turf plays on the Tampa Bay game tonight. That's when we eat our really good meal. So here it is. I got the Tampa Bay first half team total over 12.5. And I parlayed that with the Mike Evans TD. And the number I got on that was plus 241. Spenny said it earlier. Evans needs a couple TDs for some incentives, some yards, some catches. Also, he's a very big target for them in the end zone. I could see this game flying over. Lots of points. Baker doing his thing. I'm sure I think he finds Mike Evans. I think they put up at least 14 in the first half.
Locked and loaded. Surf and turf. Bucks first half team total over 12.5. Mike Evans anytime touchdown plus 241. Money line parlay Rams, Eagles, Bucks at plus 264. Under 47 at minus 108 in Arizona, Carolina. Over 42.5 in Tennessee, Indianapolis. Detroit plus 7 at plus 103. That's the prime cut. And the Bears first half team total under 9.5 at plus 109. Sweaty Butcher, I'll reach out. We would love if you could meet us at Santa Anita next Saturday. There's a bunch of stuff that we've got planned, so I will reach out.
I might be able to swing that. Yeah, hit me up. Let me know the deets.
I love you. I love it. I love it. We'll
Yep.
lock it in. Sweaty Butcher in the house. Please support our guy, the Sweaty Butcher on X, and let's get that cash. Just like Justin, he's right there, right at the level. One big winning day here will put him right into the top 5. Sweaty Butcher, thank you so much for your time. Any
Thank
last
you, guys.
words for the Cappers supporting the show, my guy?
No, thanks for everybody. Thanks everyone in the chat. Thank you, Jimmy. It's an honor to be on the panel with a lot of these guys. Everyone have a Merry Christmas, and let's go get that cash.
Let's go get that cash. And Sweaty Butcher also going to be in San Antonio for Pabapalooza Quattro. Can't wait to rock with Sweaty Butcher. And again, anyone in Cali will be at Santa Anita. Anyone in LA, I should say, will be in Santa Anita, Arcadia, California on Saturday, December 28th. Big group of us. Let's bring on our next guest. When he comes into our chat during Betting with the Bag, he gives us angles and trends throughout that are absolutely beloved by our colleagues that we cap with every single day. This guy is like a shining light in this industry, man. Always bringing positivity and always bringing winners. Please welcome our friend. Just his second appearance here on NFL Pop-Up, and we're very thankful to have him from Tony's Picks, our guy, Rod Zawacki in the house. Rod, how are you?
Doing good, Jimmy. It's good to be here. It's a Sunday. We got a pile of snow out here. As you know, my neck of the woods, we get tons of it. So I'm pretty sure you might have some out your way too. Nothing like a white Christmas. It's probably up to my waist in spots of the way it's been drifting. So it's definitely been nice. Nice to be here. Let's get some nice winners for these fine folks. We can keep this graphic up because I'll touch on this game to kick it off. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I said fuck that white Christmas. I'm in LA.
Nice. Sometimes the beach. I get it. That cold as we start to age, that cold definitely hits us a lot harder than what we like. Because I'm definitely I'm with you. If I had the option, yeah, I would be in LA too on the beach, living it up.
Let's roll, my friend. I love that all three of you guys are on this Cardinals-Panthers spot at Bank of America Stadium. So we've already set it up. Just want to hear how you're getting paid. Take it away.
And we're looking at this one. I got to agree with Sweaty Butcher before me. The first one I'm going to look at here is this under in this matchup. You look what the Cardinals, Carolina did last time Carolina played. It wasn't pretty. Hey, it was the first time they were a favorite in 2+ years that they hadn't been favored. Well, guess what? Here's the trend. You bet against you bet the under versus home teams off an upset loss by 14 or more as the home favorite. Ever since going back to 2015, 50-17 to the under in this contest. So I'm with Sweaty Butcher. Take the under 47 in this matchup to kick it off. Get us a winner.
Look at our guys going up against this market move towards the over. Both Sweaty Butcher and Rod Zawacki on the under 47 at -108. And we have Guns Picks talking about this game too. So, and it hadn't been brought up all day. So it's great. Next up for Rod Zawacki is a game.
Same game. Give me one more. I got one more on this game for you.
Oh,
actually, we can save it. I as I was in the back, I heard about a prime cut. So I'll give you a prime cut on this game. One I absolutely love to kickstart this game. You bet against Carolina after a game where they give up more than 2 turnovers. -2 or worse rating since 2023. Carolina 0-5 ATS when they give up turnovers. And I think they give up a couple more turnovers here. This Arizona team in the battle for a playoff spot. So I think they come out hot. I got to take Arizona here in the first half. Jimmy, I got 3 is where I see it. I think that's the probably the best line going around here. So prime cut, we want Arizona -3. I think they're leading by 7 at halftime here. Carolina, after losing 8 of the last 10 games, 0-8 in the first half of games. Give me Arizona -3 first half.
Can get that -3 right now, -114. There are also 115s and 120s out there. Cards first half -3 at -114. We move on to a game where, I looked real bad on the total. I moved on Tuesday under 40.5. It's gone heavily against me. And I just said, I'm not going to go out like that. I'm not going to go out like a schmuck, a chump. I bet it again at 43. I'm just not going to sit back and play the fool. I'm going to trust my cap. So I moved on it again. I don't do that often, but I see other cappers I respect doing it. And so I did it. So I have the under 40.5. I bet it again at 43. Right now, this opened up at 10 at a pick'em. We see 9s, 9.5s on the board, but if we stick to that 10 number, there's been an 11-cent move to the Giants at that 10. When we get to the total here, if I see 43.5, okay, good. I don't think I could handle that. The 43 is -110 to the under. It actually got to -114 to the under. I didn't know that at 9:19 a.m. There are some 42.5s on the board. Let's get to the cash flow here for Giants Falcons. We have not talked about this game. 39% of the tickets, 37% of the cash on the Giants, 66% of cash, 66% of tickets, 54% of cash on the over. Oh God, this one's not going to be. I feel a knot in my back as I talk about it. Let's get to hear how our guy Rod is getting paid in this one. Just a quick thing on the injuries. The Falcons are a pretty healthy group. Casey Washington's still in concussion protocol, their wide receiver, but he's not used much. Lorenzo Carter, their linebacker, is dealing with a groin injury. And look, the Giants are beat up. Aaron Stinney still in concussion protocol, their guard. Bobby Okereke, their linebacker, out with the back injury. Linebacker Patrick Johnson out with a knee injury. Then cornerback Greg Stroman, doubtful with the shoulder and shin injuries. So they're a beat up group. Take it away for us, Rod. Giants Falcons.
Yeah, just as you said, this Giants team is pretty beat up, dealing with injuries. And we know they've even lost motivation to even play these football games. You can see it. It's just, do they get up to play these games? Not so much. And even when Luck starts here this game, he's not 100%. He's dealing with a heel injury. And so what rate is he going to be going at? Look at these numbers that I've got. I'm like Giants off of a blowout loss of 21 or more. 0-5 ATS all the way back from 2023. Off a home loss of 10 or more. 0-6 ATS. This Giants team is, how many points are they going to score today? I don't think a whole lot. You look at what this Atlanta Falcons defense has been doing. Hey, they haven't been great over the whole year, but look what they've done over their last 3 games. They've definitely stepped up defensively. Holding teams to under 300 yards, 289 to be exact on average. And that equates to about 5.6 yards per play. And equates to about 22 points. Well, the Giants team's not scoring 22 points. You look over their last 3, they'd be lucky to score 15. Lucky to get 250 yards of offense. So this Atlanta defense is going to feast here, make it really tough for the Giants to score. So, sure, Penix Jr. is going to get a start. He's thrown, 5 passes so far, and usually rookies are one of those spots that you're going to fade, right? Because it's like, ooh, this is the first time in there, it's going to be ugly. But Atlanta's healthy. Look what their offense has done over their last 3. Still putting up 400 yards of offense, 6.5 yards per play against the NFC has been this Atlanta Falcons team. Well, guess what? Last I looked, the Giants were an NFC team. I got the Falcons pinning at least 28 points on the Giants today, maybe a little higher. So 28-31, somewhere in that range. I got Atlanta, so I'll lay the 9.5 with the Falcons here to beat up on the Giants. I think Penix has a good start. Watch out. I think he's going to be a bright, shining start for Atlanta in this one. I don't think we're going to see Mr. Backup. He can stay on the bench. Time is up. Give me Penix Jr. and company to beat up on the Giants.
We have reached the corner of Torrance and Zaki Boulevard on the Atlanta Falcons here. Do you want the 8.5 at -112, the 9 at -107? What would you like?
We'll take the -9.
-9.
You still got to get to 10 either way. I think it's a 10. I think it's a 14-point win. So we'll take the -9 there. We're good.
We are locked and loaded. Our guy Salty Pete in the house, Harbor Acres Cottages, rocking with us. They've given us the perfect week bonus in our Cappers contest, and we are extremely thankful. Jose will play the Harbor Acres Cottages video here as part of our outro. And thank you, Salty Pete, for being a big part of the channel and believing in the channel. It means a ton to us. Please, if you're looking for a great place to vacation, Nova Scotia, Canada, and Harbor Acres Cottages. Next up for us, the final spot on the board for our guy Rod Zaki is Patriots Bills, a move I've made on the over, and I still am interested in the Patriots +14. I guess I have a few hours to put it together as this game doesn't kick off in 17 minutes. So take it away for us, Rod. Patriots Bills.
Yeah, I'm with you. You got to go with the over here in this matchup. You just look at the way that the Bills have been playing football, especially at home here. Definitely scoring points. And surprisingly, for a December 22nd game in Buffalo, the weather's actually pretty good for Buffalo here. It's going to be cold as always. It's got that little winter chill, but these Patriots are used to the winter chill. What's Buffalo been doing over their last few games? Definitely scoring points into the 30s. And you look at this Patriots defense. Sure, at the start of the season they were holding teams up. Not so much lately, allowing well over into the 20s. I think Buffalo scores into the 30s here in this one. And then you look at the Patriots. Well, I think they can throw some points on this Buffalo defense as well. Do their share of the lifting to get us up into the 50s in this one here today. I think we see a lot of offense. And then that plus 14, I got to lean, man. I'm with you. I'm trying to get to the Patriots plus the 14. I think Buffalo wants to win this game, but beating down the Patriots, they want to win. They have the softest schedule going the rest of the way. We know they play the Patriots here today, and then they play the Patriots again, and they play the Jets. So softest schedule going. How much effort do they put in here? Got a lot of football ahead for Buffalo, so I think they might take the foot off the gas. Just want to cruise to the win. But the official play here, take the under 46.5 or the over 46.5 here in this one. I might even look for an extended line to get a little better plus money on an over, but take the over 46.5 here.
Over 46.5 at -108. Falcons -9 at -107. Cards first half -3 at -114, and the under 47 at -108 for our guy Rod Zaki. Rod, we love having your insights in our chat on betting with the bag. But tell us where we can find your action over at Tony's Picks, my man.
Yeah, definitely over Tony's Picks 7 days a week. We kick off that show at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. So definitely early. We kick it off there. You can find me there 7 days a week. Giving out plays, giving out picks. Definitely you can check me out there at Tony'sPicks.com.
Thank you so much for making time for us, my man, Rod.
Hey, one more play for you. I'll give you guys a big one since we want a big surf and turf. We want to eat. I like surf and turf. Who doesn't like surf and turf? It's that time of year. I always have surf and turf for Christmas. I'm a guy that I do the prime rib, Yorkshire pudding. I'll have shrimps and scallops going on the side with a nice mashed potato, some broccoli, cheese sauce. That's what I do here at Christmas. I just had turkey. We do turkey twice. I'll do it at a Canadian Thanksgiving, and then we do American Thanksgiving. But when it's American Thanksgiving style, what we do is I cook the turkey the day before, and then I pull it out, and we have buns. You got buns, and so then you can hack up the turkey. You make turkey buns going. You get the coleslaw and the salads going. It's just like a big feast. It's all spread out for everybody. We're watching football anyway, so why not? It's like we're up here in Canada, and we just take the day off. We don't. It's like, oh, hey, it's American Thanksgiving. Good, we're taking the day off too, everybody. So it is what it is, but that's what we do up here. So let's get us a feast here. I'm going to go with a player prop here. I'm going into that Detroit game. The Detroit Lions down to one running back, and who's going to get the bulk of the load? Jahmyr Gibbs is going to get the bulk of the load here in this game for the Lions. And you know what? You can get his over 110 plus rushing yards at $1.50 plus. So that's the bet that I'm making. The big surf and turf play of the day to get us fed and eat. Think Jahmyr Gibbs over 110 plus rushing yards. I got it at plus 150. Let's get it and eat.
Gibbs for a monster day for our guy Rod Zaki. Rod, thank you so much for rocking with us, man. Love capping with you. Our guy Rod Zaki from Tony's Picks in the house. We move on to our final guest here on the show, making his season debut. It's too late in the year to be joining us for his season debut. Love capping with this guy. A big part of our college football action here on Pub Sports Radio. Please welcome Guns in the house. Guns.
Yeah, what's going on? It's a beautiful Sunday, and I can't wait to get into the card with you. Appreciate you having me on. Let's do it.
Guns, my man, you're always a breath of fresh air with your passion and your energy. Oh, yeah. Eagles, Commanders, Northwest Stadium in Landover. We already set this one up, so just tell us how you're getting paid.
Yeah, I think we're going to be taking the Eagles on this one. They're playing for the division to clinch here today, and I just think this is a bad spot here for Washington. When you look at Washington, they like to utilize the run to set up the pass, right? They're fifth in rushing yards per carry, third in rushing yards per game, and their pass offense is ranked third in pass completion rate. Ninth in passing yards per play and 16th in passing yards per game. But you're going against the Philly defense that is absolutely electric this year. Ninth in opposing rush yards per carry and seventh in opposing rush yards per game. And you look at their pass defense, just as good. Top 5 in the league. When fourth in opposing pass completion percentage, first in opposing yards per play, and first in opposing pass yards per game. And then Philly, what are they going to want to do against Washington today? They're going to want to run the ball. First in rush play percentage, fourth in rush yards per play, first in rush yards per game, and they're going against a Washington defense that is one of the weakest in the league, 28th in opposing rush yards per play and 25th in opposing rush yards per game. And you just got to look at the situation here. Philly's just on a roll. They're 5-1 ATS in the last 6. We got Washington this 1-4 ATS in their last 5 games. And then the line functionality, you got to look at this. Last time these two teams met, Philly won the game 26-18. They were 4-point home favorites, and there's the same line as they were, but they are on the road. So that gives you an indicator. They're looking at a Philly spot here. And I know Washington's been good at home, 5-2 ATS at home this season, but those were all as a favorite. This is the first time they've been a dog at home all season. And if you want to go date back to 2023, they were 0-5 ATS as a home dog last year. So they do not perform well in this type of situation where Philly does. Philly's just a better road team than they are at home. They have a great, they're 6-1 ATS on the road this year. So I'm taking Philly here. I got it at -4. I don't know if the line's moved on me yet, but I think Philly -4 is the spot.
Philly -4 available at -105 right now. There's also a 3.5 at -115. What would you prefer?
Say it one more time.
-3.5 at -115.
I'll take it. Yeah.
Okay.
All day.
-3.5 -115. That's available right now. Let's move on to the next spot on the board for guns. We've already set this one up. Cardinals, Panthers. So now we hadn't had it spoken about through our first 5 cappers. Our last 3 cappers have all talked about it. We heard Sweaty Butcher move on the under 47 -108. We know it's gone from 45.5 up to 47. So he's going up against the market move, and he's not alone, as Rod Zawacki also going up against this market move. And Rod Zawacki added the Cards first half -3 at -114. What's Guns going to do here? Take it away, my man. Cardinals, Panthers, Bank of America Stadium.
I like the side on this one. I'm going to be fading the hot Carolina team that is coming off a non-cover versus Dallas, and I think this is an Arizona slammed spot, in my opinion. It's my favorite play of the week. Arizona just run-oriented, right? You know what they would like to do. 9th in rush play percentage, 3rd in rush yards per play, 7th in rush yards per game, and they're going against the worst rush defense in the league in the Carolina Panthers, 32nd in opposing rush yards per carry, 32nd in opponent rush yards per game. So if there's any rushing props on the running backs on this one, I'd say take the over on attempts and rushing on this one, because I think that's what Arizona is going to want to do. Then you got to look at Arizona performs well when they can run the ball efficiently. If you look at the statistics, and when Arizona can run 150 yards or more this season, they are 7-1 ATS, winning by a margin of 7.8 points per game. And then you got to look at the covering machine. Like I said, Carolina's been a covering machine, covering 5 out of the last 6. However, that was because they were a dog of 6 points or more. When they are a dog of 6 points or less this season, they are 0-6 ATS, losing by an average of, get this, 21.6 points per game. This is the second largest spread that Arizona has had as a favorite. The largest was last week versus the New England Patriots. And guess what? They won that game and covered 30-17. I think this is a big game for Arizona. They're still playing with playoff implications on the line, where Carolina hasn't got much to play for here. And I think there's a reason why Arizona is this big of a favorite as against Carolina on the road. Give me Arizona here, -4.5 as the play.
Now, unfortunately, this line's just
it's gone to 5.5. I'm seeing it now.
Yeah, flying towards the Cardinals right now. I mean, just every minute it gets juiced more. Now there's some books that are still holding on to the 5.
Yep.
So we can get you a 5.
5's fine
at -110. A lot of books move to 5.5. In fact, one of the sharpest offshore in my estimation is -5.5 at -114. So it's just flying towards the Cardinals. -5, -110 for Guns. And we close, and it doesn't close our show, as Jose Snips Sweet Tea Tits Bouquet will be giving us a best bet here. Old Jose Bouquet giving us a best bet to close it up. But from our cappers rocking with us today, this is our final spot on the board. And it's our Sunday night live spot here. Join us for our live stream this evening. Buccaneers, Cowboys, Guns, take it away.
Yeah, I'm looking at the total on this one with this game because I think there's just an opportunity to really thump on the over on this one, and let me tell you why. Yeah, you have two teams coming kind of in hot situations, right? You have Dallas won 3 out of the last 4, and then you have Tampa that's on a 4-game win streak. But Dallas is one of the worst in allowing points to their opponents this year. They're 27.1 points per game given up to opponents. That's ranked 30th in the league. And then you're going against a Tampa team that just knows how to score. They put up 28.8 points per game. That's ranked 4th in the league. And Dallas's weakness all season long, and we've probably talked about it in exhaustion, especially on my shows. Their rush defense is absolutely terrible. They're 29th in opposing yards per play, 23rd in opposing yards per game. And then Tampa, reluctantly enough, you'd think they're a heavy pass team. They are, but they can run the ball very efficiently. Top 5 rushing attack there, 2nd in rush yards per play and 4th in rushing yards per game. And then when Tampa puts up 150 rush yards they put up over 150 rush yards in the last 4 games, and that has really beefed up the scoring. When they've done that, they average 34.1 points per game, and that is 4-2 to the over this year. And the Tampa defense isn't as great, especially against the pass. They're 23rd in pass completion percentage, 17th in opposing pass yards per play, and they're 30th in opposing pass yards per game. And this is what Dallas wants to do. They want to pass the ball, pass-oriented offense, 6th in pass play percentage, 2nd in pass attempts per game. Also, got to look at Dallas. The over is 4-1 in their last 5 games, and Dallas is 5-1 to the over at home. Tampa is an over team on the road, 5-2 to the over on the road this season. This is the 2nd highest total that Tampa has seen on the road this year. So give me Tampa Dallas over the total here tonight, 48 as the play.
I'm all over it with you. The X's and O's, but this market is just messing with me. And also, how could 50% of the tickets be on the under? The whole thing is confusing. I moved on this at 48 on Tuesday, thinking I'd come here on Sunday and it'd be a 49 or 49.5. Now it's 47.5 at -109 for Guns. Over 47.5 -109 for Guns. He's on the Cards -5 at -110. He's on the Eagles -3.5 at -115. Finally making a season debut. It's so great to have you here, Guns. We love capping with you, my man. Let everybody watching know where they can find your action.
Yeah, you can go find me on YouTube at the Guns Picks channel, and you could find me doing shows with Shark, the Extra Point Show, the Knowledge for College Show. I also do the Prop Gun. I always give a primetime prop, so go check that out on the Guns Picks channel. Appreciate you having me on, Jimmy, and hopefully I can come back again.
Oh, we'd love that. There he is, our guy Guns Picks in the house. Man, also big news just before we bring on Jose that we are doing Bankroll Blitz on Monday. Tomorrow and a week tomorrow, because we're not going to do Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve. So Bankroll Blitz Monday nights for the next 2 weeks. Join us then. Let's bring on my co-host, my producer, and obviously great friend, a man known for the little bit of skin that was sliced off the head. Actually, let's not talk about. Please welcome our friend Jose Bouquet to the program. Jose, how are you?
Jimmy, I'm doing well. It's nice to see you. Excited to get this playoff. We have a short amount of time, so let's do it.
Kong's Clips, good question about the Cappers Contest show. Jose and I will have to figure that out. We don't know at this point. Yes, T-Moss, we have a live stream tonight hosted by Jose himself and a bunch of our friends and colleagues. Jose, we're 3 minutes till kickoff. Best bet. Take it away.
Yeah, let's keep it short and sweet. I've heard a lot of cappers go against them today. The line makes no sense. Everyone's on them. The New York Jets win today outright. I have Jets money line as my play of the day here. They find a way to fuck up their draft selection, and the Jets win today. This is the game they've won before, and they fucked up their draft selection. Never forget Jared Goff, Sean McVay, everyone involved for letting them fuck it up and not draft Trevor Lawrence. But I'm on the Jets here today, money line. And unfortunately, no hockey plays for me today. Did not do the research yet, Elio, but it's nice to see you. And thanks for the shout out, my guy.
Plus 141 for Jose on the Jets. And for those of you who missed it, Jose 3-1 capping NHL solo on Friday. He did a
come on. Who says the market's not alive in NHL?
And I am on the Hurricanes -1 here. It's not been a very good season. I went 3-1 though yesterday, which is very, very helpful. But I'm on the Hurricanes -1 against the Rangers. I don't really want to fade the Rangers that much, but after that ridiculous Shesty 41 save performance. And then they returned back to New York yesterday. And then they have a game. It's already on, right? This game was so early. 1-0 Rangers. Okay, great. Well, that's great. Oh God, I blame Jose. Jose, thank you, my friend. Jets plus 141. Jose, stick with me here as we go over all of the. I just thought it was such a terrible situation for the Rangers. Let's go over everybody's action. LJ on the Lions, second quarter -2.5, first half -4, and St. Brown touchdown. Lions money line. That's at plus 147. Then we have a Rams -3 at plus 104. Geno Smith interception -117. Vikings -2.5 -107. Bills first half team total over 16.5 -115. Cook Allen anytime touchdown parlay at plus 172. Bucks first quarter -0.5 at plus 109. Team total over 12.5. That's the first half team total. And then he didn't. He moved on the full game. God, sorry. That's right. Full game team total over 25.5. Mike Evans anytime touchdown plus 100. Evans and the Bucks together plus 152, and Vikings and the Bucks together plus 159. Ramon Scott gave us the Philadelphia Washington under 47, Tennessee Indiana under 43, Minnesota Seattle under 43. Marley, our leader, gave us Rams -2.5 -125, the under 47 at -106 in Philadelphia Washington, under 47.5 in Detroit Chicago. I'm on that with him. Bucks -4 at even money. Bucks team total over 25.5. -134. Ron Crawford gave us the Lions -6.5 -112. Seattle plus 2.5 -102. Tampa Bay first half -3 at -104, and full game -3.5 at -111. And the San Francisco 49ers at -126. His plays of the day: college basketball, Missouri plus 3.5. In NHL, Anaheim Ducks plus 1.5, and he's on the Raptors as his play of the day in NBA. Justin McKelvie gave us Ford 20 or more receiving yards plus 114. Eagles Colts parlay at plus 120. The over 42 in Jaguars Raiders, and the Bills team total over 30.5 at with Patriots Bills, and Mike Evans 90 plus receiving yards at plus 116. Sweaty Butcher gave us the Lions -7 at plus 103. His prime cuts the Bears first half team total under 9.5 at plus 109. Give us the over 42.5 in Tennessee, Indianapolis, and under 47 Arizona and Carolina. Surf and Turf is Bucks first half team total over 12.5, and Mike Evans anytime touchdown plus 241. The money line parlay: Rams, Eagles, Bucks at plus 264. Rod Zawacki gave us the under 47 in Arizona, Carolina. Cards first half -3, Falcons -9, over 46.5 in New England, Buffalo, and Gibbs over 110 rush yards at plus 150. Guns just rocked with us, gave us Eagles -3.5, Cards -5, and the over 47.5 in Tampa Bay, Dallas. And Jose just gave us the Jets at plus 141. There you go. Excellent work from everybody here. Very, very thankful to be a part of this community. I'm not going to, have a wonderful holidays, but we'll do the Christmas wishes tomorrow after Bankroll Blitz. AOD Rod Zawacki 20-star. Wow, 20-star play day. Edmonton Oilers in regulation.
Yeah, but isn't that usually 10 stars? Holy shit.
Yeah, he's not messing around, man. He's not messing around. AOD, Salty Pete, Rod Zawacki, Brian Pacone, Big Fat Polly, Mine Nibbler, Jim Dewigger, boots on the ground in Buffalo, in Western New York. Very cold, 12 Fahrenheit, but no wind. T-Moss, Kelly McInnes, congratulations on your huge score yesterday. 9-game parlay, $5, paid $3K. Spenny Penny Bombs, Donut Silk, Steve G, great group here. And Rod's Wax says Shesterkin got sleep on the road as the new baby at home, keeping him up. That's an interesting angle. Thank you guys. Top Set, Nordy, Fernando Mendoza, MM12, Kong's Clips, Johnny K, The Sweaty Butcher. Thank you guys so much. Nasty Nate, Spenny Penny Bomb, Scion Faith, Top Set. Truly, thank you guys. We have nothing without your support. It means the world to us. Jose, my friend, a great job on Friday, rocking solo. Have a great live stream tonight. And do you have any final words to bless our action and lead us into kickoff?
Nope. I wish all of you good luck. I've got to run myself as well because I have more Christmas wrapping to do. So I wish you all the best of luck. If you're in fantasy playoffs as well, good luck. I am in one and I'm sweating it out right now. So everyone, good luck there. And let's go fucking make some money today. So let's go. And shout out to you, Salty Pete and Leche, Los Bookmakers. Let's go.
Harbour Acre Cottage is offering the Harmony Grand at Malega Lake, a private 2-bedroom modern log cottage lakeside along Malega Lake. Reserve your dates now on Airbnb.